We've come to the end of a very significant partnership between the Children's Society and Bethnal Green Ventures, and we'd like to showcase the partnership by creating a film which talks about how the ventures have been involved in the program, the young people who've been impacted by the work of the ventures, and also the lessons that we've learned from the partnership. So it's a very special experience for us to come together and reflect on the past 2.5 years of this partnership.
A few years ago, we got chatting with the Children's Society about actually there's a bit of a lack of tech innovation in and around the support for vulnerable young people, even though those young people are using tech in their everyday lives. And we thought it'd be really interesting to bring together our expertise in terms of how you develop technology startups with a social mission, with the Children's Society's sort of deep knowledge and networks around vulnerable young people and their needs, and see if we could go out and find startups that could address the problems that those young people faced in their lives.
So we took on ventures that ranged across all sorts of issues: children's mental health, employability, children's safeguarding, but also things like giving young people access to opportunities and experiences that they had maybe never had before in their lives. And that's what we aim to do as a charity, is restore the optimism of youth for young people.
During the programme, when we have the startups in the building, as it were, it's really quite fast-paced. I think it shocks them a little bit how fast we push them. And it's got a weekly rhythm whereby all the teams come together on a Monday lunchtime, and we put them together and say, look, you've got to update each other and tell each other the challenges you're facing, and then hopefully they're able to help solve some of those problems. And also we're listening in a little bit as well, so as we can connect them to mentors in the BGV network or other people that we know who might be able to solve those problems for them.
And at the end of it, the 13-week program culminated in Demo Day, where they had a chance to talk about their journey, their product or their service, and actually a chance to pitch to investors who were in the room.
A massive congratulations to all our founders.
Some of the ventures we took through the program were focused on children's mental health and well-being. So for instance, Chinua Health, that are designing and building an augmented reality brain game, who also run a very good program called Neuro Champions.
How it all works is we believe that learning about the brain and your emotions and playing increase people's ability to deal with difficult life events, understand themselves a bit better, understand how they can access support and get self-care.
Then there's Ally Chatbot, is a chatbot for young people who want information and guidance around housing, benefits, employment.
So the problem is essentially people might be in slightly precarious housing situations. They might not be able to find the information they need quickly enough. So we aim to give them that information through a chatbot channel.
We also have Rapitation. That's a really amazing experience of bringing rap music and urban music together with the art of meditation.
80% of 15 to 30-year-old suicides are male. And coming from the wellness industry, we have a lot of evidence that the wellness industry is very, very, very female focused. We currently are working with artists who are already role models to young people, and we work with them to create brand new meditative experiences.
We also have Tranquility, that's creating a well-being app for young people so they can measure their own subjective well-being.
So the social issue we're trying to solve is that young people really struggle to find early intervention support for their mental well-being. So we build a digital service that helps schools to understand and improve the well-being of their students. So what happens is students use our platform on a regular basis to answer well-being questions, and that generates data and insights which we can then use to provide targeted interventions for each and every class on a week-by-week basis.
And also Tickets for Good, which is an amazing opportunity for young people that can broaden their horizons through attending free events, museums, conferences, and just something that they might not have ever had exposure to before.
There's a big problem with people, especially young people in support of charity assistance, who are excluded from being able to access events and other cultural activities. So the way we're changing that is by creating our Ticket Bank platform. And think of the Ticket Bank a bit like a digital food bank for tickets, where we take spare tickets, we put them on our platform and make them available to charities so that they can give them to the people they support who can then attend for free.
Another category we looked at was young people's employability and the future of work. And in that, we have Ask Ultra, who is an organization that's helping young people develop entrepreneurial skills and futures.
So there's a significant lack of effective, up-to-date entrepreneurial education in or out of school for children and young people to access. Many of our kids have gone on to start their own successful businesses. Some of them have become teachers in their own right within our clubs, and they've become inspirations to members of their family and their local community and their schools.
It doesn't feel like you go to school, it's like do this, this and that. It's more like, what would you like to do with your ideas and everything you want to do? It's a way to encompass creativity and the terminology, and it's less of this kind of restrictive thing, but very free and open so that you can kind of pursue what you really want to.
So we are hoping to solve that problem by developing an AI-powered chatbot in the form of an app which parents, teachers and young people and children can download, which can take them through the process of learning about entrepreneurship.
And we also have Safeguard Me, who are a platform helping to do the safe and ready checks on people who are working with vulnerable young people in schools and in charities.
The main issue is that despite rigorous legislation and high-profile case history, there's still too many poorly checked or unvetted individuals that work with children. The process is very manual, it's paper-based. Safeguard Me is a digitalised process which makes the whole process for schools or any organisation working with children easier, more transparent and more accountable for all the individuals, and ultimately is that aim to keep as many children safe as possible.
The startups that were part of this partnership have all talked so highly of their relationship with the Children's Society and the extra things they got out of the BGV process because the Children's Society were involved.
I've really enjoyed the last 2.5 years in the partnership with Bethnal Green Ventures, and I think that this model, this type of partnership can definitely be replicated, particularly in bringing different organisations from different sectors together to bring their skills and expertise together to have a better impact for people and on some of our biggest social issues that we see in the world.